welcome on back everyone to Total War Warhammer 3 in part 7 of our Tamurkhan and Immortal Empires campaign. In today's episode we are here where we left off on the coast of the Tower of Torment, and just kind of waiting for where we can start a fight with the Demon Prince once more. We did sign a peace treaty with him, but that's not going to last for long. Was going through our armies here and I was looking at, we do kind of want to bring Druckmer in at least for a few turns, just because that is going to be quite fun. So what I'm going to do is kick out Break Mountain's Guard, which I just recently named. We've also got the Pox Hammers. These guys will cycle back around. I'm going to go ahead and kick them out. That way we can add Druckmer to the army, and we can have all of the offenders in the same group. What we're going to do for this turn is we're going to have Tamurkhan come out into the Plague ships. Oh, we can't quite reach, can we? Well, that's fine. We'll just go into a raiding stance then. Right to the edge of the coast. We're going to come on out and try to claim this shipwreck here next turn. We'll steal what we can from Kuhar and his forces. Come do something about it. We are unafeared. Save our infections a little bit there, because we can go for a plague kind of on the fly when we need one. Building up fealty quite nicely. I'm going to continue to save our dominance though, so that way we can unlock our final chieftain here, Mornhow, and get him working on up with his fealty as well. Lizardmen, ogres, beastmen, or chaos dwarves, which we are about to be in pretty close proximity with. There should be some ogres left over, hopefully down here. Our victory conditions, because we actually haven't looked at them just yet, are going to be to complete 3 devoted chieftain battles, take down the Heralds of the Tempest, Grimgore's Ardboys, and Goldtooth. So you are actually meant to go through the mountains, which is weird because they have Tamurkhan as being unpleasant climate for the mountains. So we might need to change this in order to actually make the campaign make a bit more sense, because if they are our primary targets, we shouldn't necessarily be penalized for claiming the lands that belong to them, because Nurgle likes to become a creeping sickness across the land. Good grief. For our long campaign victory, we have completing 3 of those devoted chieftain battles, of course, which probably should be close to all of them, and then control Nuln. So you could get the short and long campaign victory done pretty much back to back. And from there, it's on to domination, which this may be one of the campaigns we actually do go for that long domination campaign, because with Chaos is some of the only factions that actually make sense. Chaos and the Lizardmen. They're the only that are about purges. Well, purges on that kind of scale. Countess Scoliosis has been unmoved. Yes, I also added in a few of your names. We've got the Rot Trolls here for these Bile Trolls, and for Tamurkhan's main force, we've now got... Where are you hiding? The Cancerous Crowd. And then also, the Executive Executioners. So if you have any further names for our units that we have currently, or that we might have for the future, go ahead and toss those on in. Also for any Lords or Heroes that you might want that aren't obviously our main mean squad of offenders here. Come on back over to Scoliosis himself, and we'll just stay in channeling stance. Try to build up that Winds of Magic once more. Giblet the Backslider. Margle Tittlemuncha. Grimgore, you have hired a squad of champions here. It says we have building upgrades, but I'm going to ignore all that and just end the turn. Ooh, fealty increase for Ketzak because of probably technology. Good stuff, so he is up now to aligned. The Poxmakers are gone. Oh, Kugath, you should have confederated when you had the chance. So now that you're aligned, we've got the Savage Savant. Power must be taken, what is afforded rarely, granted freely. Steal what is needed, burn the rest. Repeat. So now a little bit more income from sacking. When the armies of sickness raise their fetid banners, they leave nothing but festering corpses in their wake. More leadership and melee defense for cavalry, chariots, and war beasts. Yes, so that mission's going to be aborted since they are now gone. Which is way too bad. I was hoping we would be able to collect all the Pokemon, including Kugath. Grimgore's going to set up and start recruiting, which means lots of trolls coming our way.
Stop that!
Stop that. I can deal with trolls. All we gotta really have to do is send a plague their way with a lot of attrition. Tamurkhan, my friend. Time to take to the seas. This shipwreck will go ahead and explore the island. As you make your way across the sea, the ocean mists suddenly part to reveal an island, which by all accounts is uncharted even by the great Maprite himself. High spars of rock jet from the sea like spikes in a trap that has ensnared some prey. Indeed, a ship, or a wrecked ship, lies impaled on the small island's coastline. Crews seem to have moved into the interior along with any valuables that may have been on board. We explore. Oh no, vampires. Mush. Oh no, vampires. We'll go ahead and incubate those captives. Apparently they were already good and sneaky. Before you can set foot upon the island, you were set upon by a vampire admiral who was immediately tossed into the middle of your crowd and mauled. Set upon by the hordes of sickness. So Malachi, you have an army here that looks fairly pitiful. Yes, he does indeed have the Spirit of Grungni. I have no flyers to help with that. You have shotguns, though. I think it might be time for a fight with Malachi. Go more power for our Cav. Extra powder for Izar. Now we've got Gruckmar in the army. Go ahead, I guess get an additional cast from Savage Dominion. I don't think Malachi's gonna go over here after us. I'd rather not sit on the coast or sit on the seas and get no replenishment. So let's come back up into the area that doesn't like us. I don't mind sitting here. No replenishment here is much safer than on the open seas. We'll repair the salt outpost and then go for a microbial log as well. Get our gold production running. Plains of Zanbaijin, we can do carnivorous compost. Fungi of Defilement is a good idea. Let's go ahead and snag though the Living Tree of Decay though. Give us a little bit more in terms of our units. This will give us all of our cavalry and a lot of our flyers. Up to Rot Knights. Pretty dang good. We can also go for the Defilement Fungi for even more control. We're doing just fine up there. Dragon's Death will upgrade the Biosynthesis, and probably just go for controls above 200, so we'll grab the Fungi of Defilement. Epidug. Big Doug. I've you join up with the counter. Yeah, pretty huge fight ahead of us. Grimgor's gonna take a few turns to get into our land, so he can't really sneak up on this group, but you do know what's coming. That's one more dominance under our belt for beating the brakes off of those undead pirates. That's one more turn. Alright, I mean, the more turns they allow us to sit and build up forces, the harder it's going to be when Nurgle decides to surge forth. The Grimgor's moving on in with his big army here. So the best call is going to be just to drop into an ambush. Lads we have holding the challenge stone are pretty elite except for these two. Those Norskins are lost. They'll be useful, but they are definitely lost. Counter, we can give you probably one more unit. We're definitely going to be avoiding the Plague Toads. We'll just let them frolic around in the swamps. Every time we bring to the battlefield, they let me down. Aggressively. If anything, we probably just want Rotting Riders would be great. Barons of the Bog, probably we will keep for this group here. They cost 326, but they will be excellent at dealing with even like Black Orc blobs. Awesome. Keep him mostly with his demon forces, and then I think we might just betray. He's building up a pretty scary force here. Which demon prince are you? The melee-focused one? You would lose a fight to Tamurkhan so hard. We'll go ahead and encamp and sit between him and early territory. If you really want to fight, we'll sit here and wiggle our big toad butt at you. Go more gold here at the decomposing swamp. Slowly and steadily chug our way across, and I don't mind dropping a... Which plague do you have right now? All units suffer attrition for one more turn. Is he actually suffering attrition? Oh, he is. That's hilarious. Let's do it some more. Suffers attrition. Wouldn't mind it passing over less upkeep for us, so we'll do something like this. And we'll just go ahead and summon a cultist. A yoink. Welcome, Golgast. How about you? Oh, you can't quite reach. How silly is that?
Come on.
Sure. That's fine. Then we'll come on back over to not Tammy. We'll hang out with the counter. And we'll end the turn. The love bug. Your plague scientists have discovered a new form of blood parasite, which causes the infected to fall hopelessly in love with those that they traditionally find repellent. That sounds great. The burning legions come at much, much later. How best to employ this delightful microbeast? We can poison the Cool's water supply. Apologies, I'm actually being attacked by Father Nurgle now. Trying to catch me with some coughs. Or we can infect an enemy general. We don't really need 25% more line of sight, so let's just take extra relations with the Cool. Uncontrollable principles. Oh good, more drama. Oh, it's Karkin. Great. It's impossible to tell if his usual madness or a glint of fear in the eyes of Karkin the Crazed that drives him to rant and rave against the magics of Ketzak Imdarak. Whatever the case, the situation in camp must be resolved before the growing feud becomes problematic. Okay, so we could go for side with Karkin, get him more fealty. We could side with Ketzak, giving us a Bale Fiend's place. More wins for our whole faction. 3 extra fealty with him. Or we could seek a compromise. Let the winds of magic blow. Let's try to seek a compromise here. Although we're a long ways off with Ketzak. Siding with Karkin is always a bad idea. We're gonna go ahead and seek a compromise this time. Winds are pretty great, but force you guys to work. Oh good, they're not gonna work together. Karkin the Crazed sees compromise as a weakness and questions your authority. Perhaps next time a show of strength would be more prudent, for such pandering has dismissed your control of your chieftains. Gross. Okay, time to get into more fights then. Gotta stop taking my normal middle route. He's currently immune to plagues. Those are the things I also didn't keep in mind. Okay, well... good to know. Counter.
Faster. Gonna happen.
He's got 1 Dude Diver Catapult. I've got flyers to deal with that. So let's go into an ambush and see if he falls for it. Ghoul Gas, everyone here is going to be immune to Plague. I completely forgot about that mechanic. So we'll send you... perhaps through... We're just to drop it off here with our guys, but we can't now. We'll just use you as a scout then. Alright. Then for Tamurkhan... we can keep letting you build up forces to attack us, or we can just hit you now, so... time to betray Kuhar. He's fighting with... oh yeah, we can just ask... or Zar if he wants me to join. I was going to wait, but I will absolutely join you in your war with the... Demons of Chaos. Liability medium's not so bad. We're joining an ally instead of just doing it on our own. Let's go for the outpost, or dealing with Grimgore. He's got a lot of armies. Good grief. Oh, it's counting the Waz, too. Okay, that makes sense. We will hunt down Grimgore. Warhost will go for... Giblet Backslider. The disgusting fool. Alright, hopefully this ambush works. Because otherwise Grimgore's just going to go right past us, which is what it looks like he's going to try to do. 2k we go for... that's Dragon's Death, I'd rather not. We do any upgrades back at the Writhing Fortress? I think so. Biosynthesis it is. We can also get the fungi as well to help out with control. We're about to be... oh, we already at war. I say we are about to be at war with the Demon Prince, but now we are. Decisive victory. I guess we've hit that point with Tamurkhan now, where our guys are just that good. Alright, onward to battle. And Karkin, you were lucky you were such a strong fighter, because you'd be causing problems with everybody. Witness me. Alright, start deployment. We're gonna have you hunting down Kevin right off the bat. We have no flyers, so they're gonna be able to pretty much do whatever they want with theirs until we tell them no. So go ahead and set up our blunderbusses here. Laser rifles right above them. You can stop them from coming up either side, no problem. Great, we'll have the train on this angle. And Ezar defending this flank. Have the Mir and the Rot Knights on this side.
Serve the Plague Father.
Serve the Plague Father. They're gonna be led by Kaizek. Kaizek's squad. Tamurkhan and the Plague ToD named Princess hanging out over here. We'll have Pestigors charging out of the woods with great weapon pox hammers. Probably all the ogre can hide in the woods just fine. Little axes of Nurgle and such on this side. Pull it back just a little bit. We'll have Gruckmer Three-Horn hanging out between. Argon needs to stay well away from any of our allies. He's going to be on operation hunting down enemy heroes, if they have any. Which it looks like they are lacking in. Sorry, Daniel/Kevin.
Chaos good.
Imdarok back here.
Magadlord.
Our army looks awesome now. So we'll have the Cancerous Crowd, our Vile Trolls, just hanging out behind the train, ready to find units to smash. Single entities, except for I'm gonna have you with your own team, and you with your own team there as our all of our infantry, smashy or otherwise. Actually, I didn't even put you with them. Go with group 4, my friend. There it is. You two in guard mode. Anything else can be rushing in like a mad lad. This shall be glorious. You all need to be in guard mode too. Can't have my Chaos Storms moving in. Getting devastated. What says you, Kevin? Sit there and flap at us? Bold strategy. See if we can't convince you of otherwise. Cygor, go! You gotta love Vile Trolls. These guys, something was wrong with their arms. They're all distended. You're gonna chuck at the Plague Bears. That should be the easiest targets for you to hit. Anything else is gonna be a little bit too fast. What's better than one Cygor? Two Cygor. Oh, they actually hit the Demonettes. Great. Well, we'll have you both firing now. You're gonna turn and go after these pink hordes of Zinch, which are also pretty slow. Pestigor's turn. Fall back a bit. Here come the Seekers. Shotgun's turn to deal with them. Thunderblast Shell, just a good measure. Love the Thamir and these Rot's Knights hit them, and then you go after this group of Demonettes. That should be great. Those poor Spearmen. Weaken them fully. Banner of Hellfire. Nurglings come splashing down. The Pox Rain. The Pox Rain cometh. Let's get some unspeakable filth. We'll get some friends first, and then we'll bring in some unspeakable filth. Anything that wants to, you Pestigors can go deal with them. Anything else that wants to land, go give it a hug. These drones are the most foolish you've ever seen. Our own Furies can go after theirs. Weaken everyone you can. For more damage. Where's Kevin at? Flapped his way all the way over here. Lasers, you deal with the pink horrors. Shotguns here. We're losing a lot of our Rot Knights. At least they've lost a little bit of their health. Full on back. That's actually doing some good work. 3 Rot Knights.
All shall die.
Go ahead, Traderkin. We can actually overcast it. This whole group then. That is as glorious as it gets. Doom Train, come on through to help out. The shotgun's got way too close to the enemy. cycle around and hit the same units. You slow Kuhar down. Our Cygor just died.
Son of Nurgle!
Oh no. I'm really disappointed in these Pestigor. Oh, they're fighting as devoted marauders. Still, I'm disappointed.
Tamurkhan!
Bring you around. I need to use that unspeakable horror on, or unspeakable filth on the enemy rifles they've got there. Shotguns, can you turn and help your brothers there? That would be glorious. Kargan, you deal with. Evan, if you're so tough, prove it. Doom Train, come sit over here. No reason for you to keep proving your supremacy. Any more blobs of infantry we can just deal with? Oh, you. Indeed. Enjoy the penicillin from hell. You just disintegrate on the spot, and then the unspeakable filth. Time to suffocate. Oh, they're gone, never mind. Let's heal up Kargan with our really goodness. We disintegrated away in a Zinchi and Blue Flash. How fun. Shotguns, you calm down. And that's a pretty glorious win there. We're gonna hunt down whoever else we can, just for disrespect. I'll catch you in a moment. Alright, Demon Prince sent back to the realms to reform. Getting a whole bunch of gold from that win there, which is glorious. We'll go ahead and sack his Tower of Torment. Slayer of the God Slayer, giving us less attrition from all attrition and better relations with Kislev. Great. Argon is now on a Chaos Dragon, which makes him good and terrifying.
Tamurkhan!
Oh good, now he's got even more of an ego.
New conquests!
We will turn and take the Tower of Torment.
Take what you can.
Yes, please.
To the rest.
Blood Firefalls are under our control. We'll go for Fungi of Defilement here to kind of make sure we don't necessarily have that rebellion that is going to try to happen. And we'll do the good old Plague God's Nursery for control and growth.
Maggot Lord!
Everyone gains skills there that battle. So Tamurkhan will give you a Wound Maker up to 935 weapon strength.
Hand of rot!
For Kaizek, we'll just go ahead and grab you a little bit more armor. Oh, good. Now that you're upon a dragon, we'll give you a Wound Maker. Start bumping up that damage as much as possible. The Ketzak. Sometimes the Restorer, or called the Restorer, the Ketzak Fimdarak is the male Famir Shaman of singular power. Also, it's kind of like the Patriarch. Seen only once in a generation among his benighted species. It's like a prophet and a patriarch put together. Improvement health for all units, spell resistance, miscast base chance. He's a very good hero. Magic reserves too.
Desolation for all!
Gunsight gives him 10% more range. Love to see it.
Rigor of Rictus!
Darkbird will go for magic reserves and the secondary point to Savage Dominion, making it cost a little bit less. We have any extra goodies we can give you? Scroll of Leeching is terrible. Helm of Discord sounds pretty good, just in case you do get caught. Combine Aziz up. Sword of Anti-Heroes is better than nothing at all, and then the rest of this stuff is just fine. Plague Doctors are just for lords, we only have 2 of those for now. That sounds just fine. Looting and occupying is going to increase our alignment with Ezar, which we do want soon because we want to get the Dreadquake mortars. For some reason now we're in negative. Is that because we're under siege now? Now Grimgor is just sitting here and raiding his way. That's fine. If you guys want to fight us, we'll just keep building up. Hordes give us even more infections per turn. I don't think there's anything we can upgrade. Oh yeah, we can, absolutely. Plains of Zanbaijin give me the Replicating Mold. A stinking mold that stretches out across the bog, growing exponentially as it soaks up every ounce of decay from its surroundings. That is proper horrifying. That could give us a lot of money. And we'll go all the way down to the danger zone. Hopefully the Howling Citadel gets its defenses in soon, because otherwise hordes are approaching. Ooh, Giblet tried to move through the underway. He was a decisive win with low casualties, but that's going to likely weaken us quite a bit for Grimgor, so we're going to fight this one just because Grimgor is so close. Underway battle with no siege equipment. Bold strategy. Okay, so the center of our formation is going to be Uncle for Uncle. Frolickers Bubonic directly right with the other infantry to the left, as I have he stepping around. All of our normal demons, or at least our demonic infantry, are going to have extra charge defense, so anyone smashing into them, like the boar boys or such, are going to have a really, really bad time. Vile Trolls directly behind. Cavalry, you hanging out in the center as well. We'll have our Rot Flies ready to rush over and deal with the archers. Angels of Decay, which we haven't actually taken a look at, have we? That is it. Awful color. But really, they're just Rot Flies that are kind of sickly purple. Alright. That's the setup as we really need to be. Heroes. Let's cluster around the center, that we've got plenty of leadership here. You're also on a Rot Fly, that makes things very easy. Let it begin. We'll waddle our way on towards you. If I have magic early on, I can just drop in. I have Rancid, yeah, Rancid Visitations on the Lord. Rack him down really fast. Bring the Angels of Decay up to deal with the chariots. Everything else is just gonna heal. Normal poison. What's special about these guys? Maybe they just have a lot more ammo. Well, everything has Cloud of Flies. So yeah, maybe there's more ammo on these Angels of Decay. We'll first go ahead and drop some goodies on the Black Orc Big Boss, because he has less health. Got several self-damage spells. We'll just keep moving on in. Try to surround us, it's very safe. In fact, the Snot Wagons are not going to be really that strong. Just take a couple volleys though, as long as they actually are accurate. Firing what they can with the Spear Leash. Fair enough. We do regenerate though. I can do a good old Stream of Decay right through this line. Blend up all the Orc boys. Pretty strong stuff. Just gotta stay nearby. They've taken a little bit of damage, so having everyone just start falling back. Armies are to be clashing quite soon. Move to about here. Stay nearby to be a good nuisance. How much damage are we taking? Is it just a miscast amount of damage? Or just oh, it has half chance to miscast. Okay. That's pretty good then. We'll do both to supercharge our magic. Regen here. Chuck some grenades towards these War Boy Biggins. See how much damage we get. That should be much better. And fire a little bit more arrows our way. We do have the rusty arrows, which are pretty strong. We have a lot of resistances. Alright, everyone. Keep moving in. "14 winds of magic" will kind of stay nearby. Everyone stop moving. You go ahead and charge in. We're not going to get the extra charge defense. That's fine, though. Get the damage going. do another raids and visitations on this big boss. They're really trying to get rid of our flyers. We're gonna go ahead and convince them that's a bad idea. Stooges go around. Hound dogs, you kind of do the same. Trolls smash in there. Now's your chance. Just get in there. Anything that's dying. Spirit Leech on you for Night Goblin Warboss. Blast that right through the group. Alright, let's come back around and drop off this Locus of Virulence. Them. Angels of Decay have a very good job dealing with them because the Goblin Archers are so spread out. Let's not. They actually fight pretty well, so we'll have you just kind of land over here. Hounds and Festering Stooges in. Right to the side, hit them. We're chucking nades here, and you move through to deal with. Go for the Spirit Leech on Uncle for Uncle. I'm sure he cares. Oh, that's not good. He laughs about it afterwards. And bad day to be a Night Goblin. Stick in and keep fighting. You disgusting beasts. Yeah, that looks like we've got them on the run. Nothing really needs any healings, except for, I guess, our poor hounds there, which are fighting trolls. They are not rated for trolls. Just archers. You stay all here, that way we're not moving away from one another, and we can get one big healing blob. Just stand back so you can keep chucking your nades, and that's the victory. Waiting for Nurgle. Everything in to try to round up as many of these greenskins as possible, and I will catch you all in a moment. And that is a bounty claim. We're the one-eyed law around these parts. We will take the incubation. This sounds like a really good idea. I like the favor this time. And how Grimgor moves on in. Grimgor and his massive host of Orc Error Boys. We could just deal with them with an auto-resolve, and we would only lose a few. We've already dealt with Grimgor once, haven't we? Sorry, Grimgor. We will take the gold. Yes, did he deserve to be auto-resolved? No. Or yes, depending. Go ahead and get rid of the other Hound Dog just to be good and thorough. And then replace them. Alan Keen, Chariot, Hyde, Striker. Because we haven't taken down Grimgor yet. Well, we have now. Ooh, and the dreaded Soul Grinder, which I'm going to give to the counter, as well as one more unit of Bile Trolls. Bile Trolls, and you can even get you some Plague Ogres soon. Well, this army to be mostly the demons, though, so I'm not going to give him the Plague Ogres. Bile Trolls will be the only time we're breaking that rule. Go for more Rotflies in the meantime. And then perhaps to replace the Hounds, we'll grab the Rotting Riders, and that is so expensive. It is a 600 upkeep. You lot had better. Oh, they're like Grail Knights. Blessings of the Fly Lord. Horrible, rotten Grail Knights. Let's move on in. Continuing to channel. We're gonna make use of as much of this momentum as we can. Golgast, you press your advantage by sending some plague into Saber Mountain, which is their capital. Once the counter hits rank 15, he is able to be traded out for a Great Unclean One. An Exalted Great Unclean One. Let's go blue line in the meantime, because all we really need is Spirit Leech, and that's about it for our death spells. Also, we'll do Corruption. You were going to take off the chariot immediately. Chaos chariots and I do not get along. Because I'm terrible with them. We can combine these both up. Get something a little bit better. The Necrotic Phylactery. A chain augment. We'll spread up to 5 allies, give them some spell resistance and immunity to contact effects. Very interesting. Yeah, we'll take that for now. And then a Dragonbane gem as well, just in case anyone wants to try to catch you on fire. They shall not be able to. You got 3 skill points for taking down Grimgore in such a fashion, so we'll go ahead and give you training and hard to hit ×2. Iris will do hard to hit and almost up to the Gate of Nurgle, which would be awesome. Where's some more armor? Hard to hit armor, Foeseeker in Zatorta. Or the Epic Epidug will give you Rancid Visitations and Arcane Conduit. That final point makes it much cheaper. Alright, we'll set up there and do some magical channeling. See about upgrading the home front. Writhing Fortress will go ahead and come on in. 7 turns for that. You hit a 4, which is what you need for a tier 4. So we'll just go for an upgrade to the Monolith. View Bonicus. Before I do, anything else over here? The Tower of Torment can go up to the next tier, which is right on enemy territory. Might not be a bad idea. That would get in the walls there. We'll do that and have Tamurkhan go into March and threaten the Port of Secrets. Let's pump on up there, big troll. Right, if you have any other gold we can use, we can still upgrade Monolith of Bubonicus. Awesome. We will. Absolutely. Come on in and end the turn.
You stand before the great Maggot Lord.
Astrogoth wants military access for 2,400. No, you can fight your battles yourself. Alright, they're gonna keep building up there. That works for me. You've got Contaminated Claws by soaking a Fury's Claws in flesh-burning contagions. Even the slightest scratch will bless its prey with the fabulous gift of death. So we're just turning our Furies into Komodo dragons. I'm here for it. Extra weapon strength and missile resist. Something is in the water at the Writhing Fortress. We've got another Plague Toad ripped open, and his leeches are now free. Glory be to Nurgle. We'll come on in and hit Blizzard Peak. Just take this from them. Salt camps can be very useful. That is a powerful auto-resolve, isn't it? 110 kills for the Ox Riders. Barons of the Bog. We'll go ahead and just loot and occupy. Target wants us to raise, but looting is what Ezar is here for. He's already been bopped on the head by our allies at least once. Rid of these toxic spores, we'll replace them with a salt camp. The lad's out mining. Normally, Nurgle's followers are very lazy. Can we drop this plague on you? All they have is less growth and campaign movement range. We'll just give this to Grotslick Blackbog. Then hopefully he spreads these plagues out to everyone around him. Enjoy. This army's been infected. That stinks. Gotta wash your hands a little bit more, though. The only way to surefire way to protect yourself from Nurgle. Don't quite have the beast paths. Kind of what I'm trying to power towards now. Stopping lads from escaping is pretty useful here with Quetzalcoatl. We haven't really had an issue with that since, so we're probably going to use that to keep Boris from escaping us, but he was doing a very good job of staying right outside of our range. Lord not moved. Oh, Tamurkhan. All kinds of mixed up here. Onward to the port. These be good defenses. Give me a reason to do battle. Or not. We will sack the settlement Hopefully we'll have just enough movement to turn back around. We've got the Noxbringer. When steel becomes corroded and arrows turn to ash, there's little wonder as to why no one survives this esteemed guardian of Nurgle's garden. What does the Noxbringer do? Can't see with Tamurkhan. Yeah, that's fine. Terror for Plague Ogre. Since we have 2 of them now, we'll go ahead and grab the Puppet Tyrant. 5 more melee attack and defense, and causes terror.
Master of Hosts.
And Volkagan. Keep making you a monster. 831 on a hero.
Our host grows.
He is stronger than almost all of the most powerful order lords. He's nowhere near his max capabilities yet. Malevolent mycelium here. Fungal infections fester and spread, twisting the minds of the local populace, while they bow in subservience, offering their gold as a form of tribute. We thank you for it. Yeah, we're not going to recruit up another army yet. We definitely have the capability to. We'll keep building up our settlements a bit. And then we'll probably launch out another force up where Tamurkhan is so he can focus on going back down south and trying to take Nuln. And we'll have someone else sweeping across the Chaos Waste, destroying everything up here.
Inexorable.
Inexorable. I jump up to adjust the AC, and what do I see? When I come back, but Grimgor wants peace. What a shameful display. Yeah, you don't get it either. Alright, the turn is again ours. Just forgot to turn our notifications off on Steam, so I was avoiding one of my friends popping up down there in the bottom. We will then, since Moratorial Morbid Bow, what a name, is building up forces. It said there was someone else with the Demon Prince building up troops, but oh, they're over here. Sin Dancer, Filler of Lust, hiding in the Ilias Cliffs. You actually have claimed a bit of territory for yourself. Good for you. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and... You are so lucky I can't reach. I guess we'll just take the Port of Secrets. Allow Nurgle's love to spread it a little bit further here. We will loot and occupy to make Ezar Doombolt happy. Build up our dominance. We are almost there. We just need one more battle. We can get ourselves more now. We've got all of the whole squad. He gets... Oh, this is Kaizek. I thought this was Gargan. He likely also gets heroic killing blow, but I don't see it anywhere here. Man, if he did, though.
Hand of rot.
So Gruckmer, let's go Earthing, and then Arcane Conduit, and then circle back around to Scouting. I think the plan is, like I said previously, we'll have Gruckmer and Katzak come on out and have their own squad, mostly consisting of the Nordkin units. We might have that Lord pop out here with Tamurkhan and start chopping his way through. Let's bring back in Iglixis, unless we have anything more better. No, I actually think Unearthly Reflexes is by far the best. At least one we have here. A second front now, huh? Now and always. Gruckmer, you and Katzak are going to come out and join Iglixis. Have him replenish up his troops. Not this turn, we'll do it next turn. We can use the Warhost of Zara to get ourselves a few more little Chaos Dwarves. Do we have... I mean, more Blunderbusses is always a good time. Especially since Ezar is going to be buffing them up as much as he is. So we'll have Tamurkhan being, I guess, Chaos Dwarves and... Real amalgamation, huh? I mean, Chaos Dwarves plus Nurgle is a horrifying combo. I wouldn't mind starting up a co-op campaign. Playing with Zatan and Tamurkhan would be a whole lot of fun. Or even Tamurkhan and Village wouldn't get along, but Tamurkhan and Village would still be a fun co-op campaign. Because Nurgle and Tzeentch also work very well together. At least in the terms of the game we're playing here. Rotslick Black Bog has retreated. We don't necessarily need to stay in friendly territory. We're going to come on up to this crossroads and convince them to come through, or we'll move on Ice Spear here next turn. They've got a few orcs there, but we'll surround and just let the plagues do their work. He's already got liquefying limbs taking attrition. We're so sorry to hear it, too. Upgrade the Writhing Fortress. I'm not going to really worry about giving our new Lord soldiers just yet. He'll earn them in time. But the fact that now we're doing just fine in terms of our income. Hey, Glixus, what can we recruit? Interesting. I mean, ogres are great, but they're very expensive, aren't they? We'll grab some Pestigores, since we're going to have good old Gruckmer in that army anyway, so Pestigores are awesome. Pestigore is a beast of Nurgle, and then probably... we'll just chill on that for this turn. We'll have lots of Pestigores in this group. Cool. We'll do... what kind of upgrades we have? Oh, here at Blizzard Peak. That makes sense. We'll do the Salt Camp there, and hope the ToD isn't going to be cheeky. Look at all your Chaos Dwarves with great weapons. He's going for the Chorf melee rush. A bold strategy. Any more damage buildings? Is Epidemius still out and running around? Well, here we go. Here's Drowswith. You want to be buddies too. I know it. It is done, Trescent Lord. In canon, I think Tamurkhan had to punch Drowswith around a little bit. Like, Drowswith musters up a huge force to go meet him. And Tamurkhan and Drowswith fight for a little bit. And then eventually, Tamurkhan, I guess, proves dominance in some way. If you know the true story of that one, please let us know. This is a pretty cool one. I think I can crush the Disciples of Hashut and no one else is gonna care about it. Yes, we could definitely make allies with them, but I need some Chaos Dwarves to fight, so they're gonna be the ones I choose. Fine. Would love to subjugate Kevin. I just don't think that's possible.
Chaos.
We can. Well, let me take your capitals from you then, and then we'll go ahead and try to confederate you. Outpost upgrade available to Valerie. We might as well go to the Nurglish colony. What does this do to us? Do for us global recruitment, and then gives us an allied recruitment cost reduction outside of friendly territory. No, the money's mine. We can, however, get an outpost here at... I don't like any of these positions. Oh, you've been driven back then, huh? We'll go for Mount Silverspear, as this is the most... well, Sawboss is in Crookback, so we'll put it up here. Hopefully we don't regret that. Make sure we have all of our missions going, so the cool one is to hunt down... I do not care about any of your units. Russia, Orgor, they're all in the same spot there. Bladub, Murderer, down to the south. And Blackbog. We'll go for the Bone Crusher. And you know what, cool? What kind of troops do you have for me? Marauder Hunters could be kind of useful. We'll go ahead and construct the outpost. We might as well get as many extra guys as we can, and if we just build up the allegiance points with them, we can take over their armies, and they can work for us, which is great. So that's the new plan.
Fear not. I won't jump down your throat.
Not yet. Waste no more of your poxes on Demonkin. You're not even going to try to offer me gold? Get out of here. That just sounds like someone who hasn't been punched in the face enough. So we've got Rudigu here. Some Beastmen. Raid the Crystal Spires. We can do that, no problem. Let's punch these Beastmen first, though. The Glixus will give you Gruckmer and Simdurok. Oh, you do them one at a time? Okay, fair enough. Gruckmer, you go too. Tamurkhan, you got 18 guys. Go ahead and summon you in some more Plague Ogres with great weapons, because good grief, they're strong. Now we charge. We'll make these guys, because I've got them Pox Hammers, we'll make these guys Break Mountain's Guard, which Break Mountain was the tyrant that Tamurkhan killed and has now taken over. There we go. We let a Glixus start the fight, so Tamurkhan, you can come up next to Rudigu here. Let a Glixus move in and dropkick him. We'll not call our allies to help, but we're joined by the cool all the same. I think because they are our vassal. He's gonna run.
Favored of Nurgle.
Okay. Morbidal's running, so we still have an opportunity to go take this down. So, Eglixis, you move up just a bit. Tamurkhan, we're gonna auto-resolve Redigu here. These poor beastmen. They just spawned in only to be wiped out immediately. Big Toad Dragon is hungry for some beef. We will take 100 infections, that is glorious. Red Horm Tribe is now gone. We've got a Tusk Gore Chariot for Grukmer. Pugnacious and stubborn. Just like my small cat Mochi. You go in March, and we'll have you help out in the fight for Tower of Flies. This guy will also be able to turn into a Demon Prince as soon as he hits rank 15, so we need to keep working on that one as well. Pestilential Spawnings sounds beautiful. I have the Bale Fiend, Miasma of Despair, and then Might of the Swamp. Famir has some pretty good passives. Blue Pit of Shades, though, because that's such a good spell. We're taking out blobs of elite infantry. Calling all mutants. Time to form the X-Men. Alright, Tamurkhan, let's give you your Mortis of Engine effect, which is just horrifying for a great big toad dragon like that. Woundmaker for Kargan the Craze. 875 damage. We can probably make that even higher when we get some better weapons. Plague Flail's great, but there's so much stronger stuff. And then for our Doom Bolt, we'll just go always ready for some reload time reduction. Their deaths were certain. We shall destroy this. Took actually quite a bit more damage this time just because of Tzeentch. Tzeentch be like that. Ooh.
Destruction.
Guess we steal.
Come for you.
Destruction comes for thee. And then we'll loot it as well. That's 8 dominance, so you know what that means. Welcome, Mornhowl. Professor Lupin, gone very wrong. He's got the Unkind Taint, so all of our non-Nurgle Chieftain units are going to get Frostbite attacks, and then he has Death Frenzy as a bound spell. We'll have to see how many he gets of those. We'll also have a Stalk during ambushes for his all units in his own army, and then more ambush success chance and defense chance. He's bringing with him some Skin Wolves, a Lesser Mammoth, and a Great Big War Mammoth. Maybe armored Skin Wolves instead of the Feral Mammoth would have been made a little bit more sense since he himself is armored. No, but that's alright. So, in order to build his fealty, we need a raid. Or fight Lizardmen, Ogres, Beasts, or Chaos Dwarves. Oh, you know what? We were a little bit slow here. We could have probably recruited him before then. Whoops. The tight bonds among a pack of werekin are severed only in death, leaving scars that never truly heal. Such are the wounds of Mornhowl, a ferocious and tragic figure among his tribe, who after a brutal slaughter of his kin now lets his grief echo throughout the night. He's a big sad boy. With that much of his tribe devoured by a giant jabberslythe named Scrailsbane. Driven to madness and tainted by the winds of magic, Mornhowl alone leads the survivors in their quest for vengeance. With violent retribution in his heart, his powerful form stalks the land, vowing to never rest until the blood of his pack has finally been avenged. He's like a slayer werewolf. So once man, now beast, pledged. The patient wolf is not feared to strike, but does so only when its jaws may snap, vice-like, around its victim's neck. So Mornhowl gets much better at ambushing as things go along. Cool, we'll probably have him roll with Eglixis as well. What do you have, my friend? Plenty of points into training. We can either get Twisted Flesh, which gives him and everyone in his range more armor, and then eventually Missile Resist, or Frenzied Assault, which is going to be attack and charge bonus. Let's go all in on the attack. Yeah, all in on violence. This is Assault over to Frenzied Assault.
Maggot Lord.
Tamurkhan. Now that we've got your blue line and gold line sorted, we'll give you Mentor to start passing out skills a little bit faster to our other armies. Isaac will give you Woundmaker. You have so much melee defense, you remind me of a Chaos Dwarf. We'll hit always ready for our Chaos Dwarf, speaking of. Favorite of Nurgle.
Nurgle
I think we've already got that maxed out. Yeah, our favorite of Nurgle's all the way up. So we've got 15% more ward save with the big boy, which has been just glorious. Might I add. Mornhowl, come on in to join Glixus. Welcome, good sir. I guess, did I see his unique skills? He's got Scrail's Banes, and Nemesis. For the old allegiances with Norska. Man of the Tribes, so all of our Chaos Infantry that are humans are going to get more armor and armor piercing. Wolf of the Wastes for all of our beasts. Melee attack and charge bonus, and then Fueled by Vengeance for some extra speed. Mournful Howls. Less leadership by 5? Hell yeah. Alright, Glixus, we'll have you hang out here. We'll have you probably hit Volcano's Heart.
This way!
Provided the Sin Dancer doesn't come after us. Be a fun battle, though. Let's do Pit of Shades upgraded. We'll start coming on over to the Eye of the Bale Fiend probably as soon as that's Greater Arcane Conduit sorted. 60% more recharge and 15% more spell mastery are great. Might as well equip the Scroll of Leeching because why not? Let's combine up these Earthing Rods because they're fairly useless. Sword of Strife will work out just fine. Gambler's Armor will too. Actually, I'm going to switch this over to a Channeling Staff because the blue one is just not very useful. Potions of Toughness or heals. Dragon Helms are also not great. Let's go ahead and combine these up. We gain a Torment Blade, which allows us to debuff an enemy. Let's give that to Glixus. Potion of Toughness for Glixus, and this Potion of Speed is actually kind of useless. Let's go ahead and combine these up. Sword of Antiheroes. Sword of Antiheroes on Ludred, the Exalted Champion. Everyone's all equipped up nicely. Nurglish Mutant for Ludred. I think these are mostly hero or Lord options. We'll get in here and make sure you've got them. Attrition. We're going to not give you any demons. Like at all. So, Plague Doctor. And a Razor Standard. That works for me. Most of the other ones are going to be Lord options. Cultist of Nurgle. Interesting. We've got one of those. Give you a Dark Apothecary. This will be all we can pass out for now. And everyone is a bunch of shiny new toys. Tower of Flies, we will just immediately have you come on in and start giving us some gold. We'll leave them the Bilious Cliffs. They can have this one. And then we'll just take everything else from them. Then subjugate them from there. Welcome to the squad, Kevin. Forcibly. Of course, I guess his name is Karn in this lifeline. This lifetime, rather. English. On, you keep jumping through, and then we'll have the counter move in to attack Argor. Regardless of what it's going to tell us here, it's going to say auto-resolve. Very easy. Decisive victory. Oh, that's... Never mind, that's nothing. We smushed them. We stack the Ice Spear because we need the money. Need a Relic Sword. Counter's now flying around on a Route Fly too. Great. And now we'll loot and occupy. We get a Rebellion going at the same time. That's one more battle here. Which would be so glorious. Holy Resilience and a bit more replenishment for you. Spit it out, brother. Let's do control. Probably more defense here for our cultist. Since soon he's going to be up on a War Shrine and he's going to need all the extra defense he can get. Do Blight Boil for our Plague Ridden, because it is a very good... I don't know if it's a bombardment spell, it just grows up out of the ground and explodes, so it's more of just an explosive spell. Kind of acts like a bombardment, though. Everything is good. I guess we can come up here into the Province tab nice and easy. We'll upgrade the Howling Citadel since it already has defenses. And we'll probably put in another one of our advanced military buildings in there. Great stuff. Before I end the turn, let's see if I can't get any more soldiers for Glixus. We can get some Norskin axe chuckas. Bile trolls too. Oh, we've also got pox riders. Those will be great over for the demon army. So let's get some marauders with axes, because they've actually got armor piercing, you can ride around wherever they want. And then some trolls. Let's see if I can afford them both. I can, but it'd be very close. Let's do it. Battle trolls are some of my favorite new Nurgly units. Okay, we've got 2 dominants. We can do anything fun with this. We get some skin wolves, throwing axe centigores. The Famir, a little bit expensive at this point. And some chaos chariots. I think if anything, we probably want to get our first core of aspiring champs. And we'll give those to Aglixis here. Which, honestly, Aglixis is such a generic chaos name. Just in the comments, what should we name our Chaos Lord of Nurgle here? He's got the antler horns and like the single Nurgly nub poking through his forehead. Boy needs a name. But that's going to be all the time I've got for today. Thank you all so much for stopping by today's Tamurkhan video. If you enjoyed the episode, remember to leave a like for Light God and a sub for the Sub Throne. See you all in the next one.